Hello America, I'm Jody Wolf. You're watching EXPOZ. Today, November 28, 2010, it's 10:55 p.m. in Greater Birmingham, Alabama. Today's topic, are you ready to be socialist? And as for me, I am not. But I want to read something by Dr. Adrian Rogers. You cannot legislate the poor into freedom by legislating the wealthy out of freedom. What one American receives without working for, another American must work for without receiving. The government cannot give to anyone anything that the government does not first take away from someone else. When half of the people gets the idea that they do not have to work because the other half is going to take care of them, and then the other half gets the idea that it does no good to work because someone else is going to get what they work for, my dear friend, is the end of any nation. You cannot multiply wealth by dividing it. So I want to start off and go back to the initial influx of people that came from all around the world to America. Maybe we should turn to our history books and point out to people like Mr. Lewin why today's America is not willing to accept this new kind of immigrant any longer. Back in 1900, when there was a rush from all areas of Europe to come to the United States, people had to get off of a ship, stand in a long line in New York, and be documented. Some would even get down on their hands and knees and kiss the ground. They made a pledge to uphold the laws and support their new country in good and in bad times. They made learning English a primary rule in their new American households, and some even changed their names to blend in with their new home. They had waved goodbye to their birthplace to give their children a new life and did everything in their power to help their children assimilate into one culture. Nothing was handed to them, no free lunches, no welfare, no labor laws to protect them. All they had was their skills and craftsmanship they brought with them to trade for future of prosperity. Most of the children came of age when World War II broke out. My father, my dad, he fought alongside men whose parents had come straight from Germany, Italy, France, and Japan. None of these first-generation Americans had ever given it any thought about what country their parents had come from. They were Americans fighting Hitler, Mussolini, and the Emperor of Japan. They were defending the United States of America as one people. When we liberated France, no one in those villages were looking for the French American, the German American, or the Irish American. The people of France saw one American, period, and we carried one flag that represented one country. Not one of those immigrant sons would have thought about picking up another country's flag and waving it to represent who they were. It would have been a disgrace to their parents who had sacrificed so much to be here. These immigrants truly knew what it meant to be an American. They stirred the melting pot into one red, white, and blue bowl. And here we are with a new kind of immigrant who wants the same rights and privileges, only they want to achieve it by playing with a different set of rules. One that includes the entitlement card and a guarantee of being faithful to their mother country, I'm sorry, that's not what being America is all about. I believe the immigrants who landed on Ellis Island in 1900 deserves better than that for all their toil, hard work, and sacrifice in raising future generations to create a land that had become a beacon for those legally searching for a better life. I think they would be appalled at what they were being used that they were being used as an example by those waving foreign flags. And this is making reference to Hispanics putting the Mexican flag above the American flag. And I believe that was in Arizona, and it's probably happened in other places. Personally, if I see it, I'll take it down myself. And for that suggestion about taking down the Statue of Liberty, it means a lot to the citizens who are voting on the immigration bill. I wouldn't start talking about dismantling the United States. Not yet. So keep this information moving. For the wrong things to prevail, the rightful majority needs to remain complacent and quiet. Let this never happen. I sincerely hope that this information that you see now will be seen by millions of Americans across this nation. Jody Wolf, EXPOZ.